What's up, friends? Welcome to my channel, Collecting is Fun, where I'll show you that collecting is fun. And in this one, we're going to be reviewing Shikamaru Nara, because I love me some Naruto. And this dude right here is one of my favorite characters. You hear that song in the background. If you know about Naruto, you know that Naruto has some tight openings. The music was just amazing, man. Almost every opening was a banger. And this right here, this song, God, Bluebird is what it's called. But man, we're going to get into this because I think it's going to be fun. And that music from Naruto, man, it got you ready for the show. It really did. So we're going to go ahead and open this thing up because it's a long awaited figure right here. I've been waiting for this one, honestly. I saw this at Barnes & Noble's and it was expensive. Like, what in the world is going on, man? Why? Why is it so expensive? He's got a lot going on for him. I see that, but why is it so expensive? But then I was, doing my due diligence and I was shopping around and I see he was a little bit cheaper on Amazon. Like, he was $65, I believe, in Barnes & Noble's, but he was like $50 on Amazon. On top of that, I redeemed, you know how I like to do it. I got some money off of it, so it was less than $50 for me. So like, okay, I can deal with this one. It was still more than $34.99. But it was in like the 40 range. So like, okay, I can do with 40, 44, something like that, okay, for this one. Because like I said, it does have extra stuff. And it is the Naruto Shippuden Shikamaru Nara. The brilliant strategist, man. Dude was amazing. He came up with some amazing strategies. He was brilliant. I love it. So I'm going to open this guy up. You know what it is. It's the SH Figure Arts packaging. Beautiful, concise, thoughtful, all of that. I'm going to go ahead and translate that because I don't know what that means. And there you have that on the back. And that man would shoot his shadow out. That's what he did. He would shoot his shadow out and paralyze you. And he will always be thinking of some other kind of strategy. What an end game it could be. What's going to happen next, right? That's that dude. Like, if there was a Doctor Strange, he would be the one because he'd be looking at all the different possibilities because it's all in his head instead of using magic. So yeah, I'm going to translate that, see what that means, and we'll open this guy up and we're going to have some fun. Okay, so he's not out of the packaging yet, but I do want to show you something. Of course, not to my surprise, the kanji means Shikamaru Nara. It's basically his name. And then the other part means brilliant strategist. Yeah, so that's his name right there. Brilliant strategist. Same thing on the back. But when I saw this on the back, I thought, oh, okay, it would just make a reference. That's not a reference. That's actually in the packaging. I didn't think that would be there. So I see why I can have an extra price on it. Not $65 worth, but I mean, I see that. That's cool. All right. And then, of course, per SH Figure Arts, they're hiding extra stuff, man. You don't see this on the other side. You see this? You don't see that on this side. There it is. You have to open the packaging. You can't just say, oh, man, they don't come with nothing, man. They don't come with that much. And then it shocks you. You see that it comes with a whole lot more. You just didn't realize it because you just got to open the packaging. Normalize opening the packaging for some of your figures. Some of you, a lot of us, will keep stuff in the package and like, then we have it somewhere, put it in a box and display it or just as part of your collection, just in the box. Don't be an inbox collector like that. Open your stuff up, see what's in there. And then if you want to put it back, go ahead and put it back. But he's got a lot going on right here. I don't even know where to start. That's the problem with all these hands. What do you do with all these hands? I just know I'm going to use these two right here, especially this one. Now he's got this lighter here. He didn't smoke. He just had a lighter, like he just flicked. And then these on his, not sure what those are, but he's got the blade and he's got that. So we'll have some fun with that. Well, at least we'll take a look at it. I mean, I'm not going to go through all these different hands, but because he's got a lot going on, okay? He's got the regular hands here. It's got the hold the lighter hand here. You have the, what is this? Hold the blade here. This can hold another bigger blade. I don't know. What's that about? and then the faces. So we'll take a look at open the faces up, open the box up just to get the faces out, because there's a lot going on. And I love how I always love how you can just easily take the stuff off. So let's see how we're going to do this. Yeah, so you can, there it is. So you can hold, I don't know what you can do with that. All right, we're going to take some stuff out. Right back. Okay, so here he is out of the plastic packaging. And of course, SH Figuarts gives you instructions, normalized instructions. You know why? Because I did not know what some of these things did. Let me show you some things here. Of course, we got the faces and all this stuff, but I found out what the other hands do and what these things do. So let's just take a look. You have his hands right here. Let's just take a look at this one right here. And of course, you got Naruto back there eating some ramen, and you got Goku there because he is looking at Naruto, and he is looking at him with kind of a disappointed look, like, you know, I'm waiting for you to finish eating so we can finish training. And he snuck off to go eat some ramen while, you know, they were supposed to be taking just a small little break, but he snuck off to go eat. And so now he's waiting because he's working on getting his Rasengan to be a little bit stronger. And what better person to teach you that than Goku? All right. So let's take a look at these hands real quick. I'm going to put you right here, Shikamaru. I know it. No, I'm not going to do that to you. Just have you stand right here. These hands are very unique. I've never seen anything like this before. See that? That is not a mistake. You can literally take this off. All right? You can take it all the way off. And maybe you just need that little extra just to put that kunai in or that knife in. Whatever it is, that knife right there. Let's take a look at that knife real quick. This knife looks pretty nice. You can grip it with this. Pretty cool. I like this. Reminds me of his, what was his teacher? Asuma? If you know about Asuma, you know. That was a sad, sad moment. Because Asuma was my boy. Yes. But this is a cool thing. I would like to have this on his hand pretty much almost at all times. But there's some other stuff that he has that is actually pretty cool. But anyway, there. This here, just put it in there and you know how it works. You slide that mug in there and then slide it back in there and boom, there it is. That's his hand. All right. Well, we'll put this over here. And then we're going to take a look at, fix that later on. This other hand here is for holding, definitely for holding a kunai, whatever. So, yeah, easy, right? But then there's this hand right here. This one is for holding the lighter. Strictly for holding the lighter. This here right here. Let me just go ahead and put that in there real quick. Boom, there it is. Easy to hold the lighter. I like it. That's pretty cool. All right. Those right there, I will get to those in a minute. But this right here is when he's, you know, thinking of something or pulling out some type of jutsu, what have you. Boom. This is. I love it. I love it, man. I love this. I love it. All right. This is when he's using the whole shadow deal. Right? Really good. Really cool stuff. And it's just like it is on the box. You just have him kneeling down. He's always kneeling down. And he'll use his hands just like this. And he'll get that shadow in there. All right? And let's get to his face sculpts. Determined. I can dig it. All right. We've got, he's kind of silly, laughing. You know, maybe this is what he'll be, the face he'll have on while he's enjoying some ramen with Naruto. He's got the 2 earrings, whatever. But there he is. Good stuff. This one where he's kind of like, what's that? What's happening over there? He's thinking like, I don't know. But that's him. He's always thinking. Such a brilliant strategist. Then he's like, I got an idea. You know, kind of playful. That's all right, man. Shikamaru hardly ever smiles. Hardly ever. So having a face like this is kind of rare, you know. But he has fun with his friends sometimes. Okay. And this right here, the figure. We'll get to these things right here in a minute because I did not know that he can do what these things said he can do. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to this guy. Let's take the good old plastic out of there. Take the, ooh, what is, ugh, it's in there, boy. Man, that's a beautiful sculpt. Beautiful look. I saw him, I was like, ooh, it's Shikamaru, oh my gosh. Now, of course, if I see Kakashi, I gotta get him, right? But of course, I want to get that lower price. But now I kind of understand why this costs a little bit more. A little bit more. Understand me now. A little bit more. Not a whole lot more, but a little bit more. But that's beautiful articulation, beautiful sculpt. Yes, sir. Boom. No, you rarely saw Shikamaru kick anybody. You rarely saw him fight like that. He was just a strategist, and it was cool. And then plus him wearing his headband on his arm, I mean, he was cool. He had style, man. He was all about let's not work hard. Let's work smarter, not harder. That was all him, and I'm all about that. Let's work smarter, not harder. Hey, I mean, I like to waste some energy or use a whole lot of energy too. I got it. I got energy, but still, it's all about working smarter, not harder. This is great. I like this. This articulates a little bit. Why does it articulate so much though? I don't know. It's because of the arm, shoulder. Why does this have to move? Not sure why that has to move. But hey, look at that. Look at that forward bend. Look at that back bend. Not that much, but the forward is amazing though. Like that's good. Really good. So getting him on his knees to do whatever he needs to do to get into that pose. However you want to pose it, however you want to get it done, you can do it. Nice. Really nice. Hair is good. It's not, I mean, it's spiky, but it's not like Goku spiky. Goku, cut yourself on that. Of course, the double jointed goodness. Waist swivels. The waist, literally the waist swivels, not the... Yeah, that'll help too. But yeah, there you go. You can turn it over some. Stand like this. Have a whole big dynamic pose. Like he looks like he is ready to do whatever. Oh, I love it. He's got this pack right here on his leg. Toe articulation, of course. Let's take a look at this man. That's nice. Threaded chain mail or whatever this thing is. Socks or whatever you want to call it. I guess armor. Shoot, man. They got so many tricks up their sleeve. And then look, this man is pretty much wearing a whole armored suit. Why not? Think about it, man. Why not? Dude is covered. He's covered like he should be. That's good. This vest is nice, man. I like this. This is the outfit I would rock. I mean, nothing against Naruto's look, but this right here is that nice, inconspicuous, do whatever. And then he's got I love it. Hidden leaf symbol, or, yep, the hidden leaf symbol. That's actually a leaf. The whole spiral represents the leaf. The spiral inside an actual leaf, the palm of the leaf. But yeah, that's that, what's this face? This face looks just like this other face. Take a look at that. Except he's a little more perturbed. He's like, why do I gotta be here? And then this one is like, fine. That's what it is. Like, I gotta do what? Seriously, you call me over here for this? And this one's like, do we have to go on a mission? Seriously? But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Beautiful stuff, man. Articulation is as you need it to be. Look at that splits, man. Look at that. Of course, the pack is on the back. That can turn how it needs to be. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful look. Okay. Now, let me get into Can you stand like that? Would you? You would. Why would you want to stand like that? I don't know. But let's just have some fun with it. Why would Shikamaru stand like that? But he could, if you wanted him to. There you go. Good old Shikamaru, while Goku's still back there looking at Naruto like, are you done yet? Shikamaru was just like, yeah, I'm done with that. All right, now let's get into, I'm going to definitely change the hands out, but I want to get into this right here. I'm definitely going to get him into the pose where he is about to, unleash the shadow. But these hands right here are hands that are supposed to be able to give him the effect of putting them in his pocket. Where are his pockets, you may ask? His pockets, right there, because these come out. I don't know exactly how to do that yet. So I'm going to look at the instructions and I'm going to come right back. Okay, so I had it a little wrong. The hands don't do nothing. The hands are just regular relaxed hands. The hands are not supposed to be on them. The pegs go in here. So let's take a look at this real quick. Take a look at this. You take this off and you put the ones that are supposed to be on right here that has the holes in them, and you just put his peg in there. And it simulates him having his hands in his pocket. That's pretty nice. So he can stand there with the attitude. Whatever. That's a cool pose right there. That's really cool. I like that. That's a keeper there. Okay? Or if you want him to sit up, he can, because this doesn't get in the way. So if you want him to kind of sit, which you probably shouldn't do this. But let's just say he's just sitting here, just kind of just waiting for Naruto to finish. He's just waiting. It's a cool hangout spot. Right? But, of course, you've got the owner of the shop, or the co-owner of the shop, because Black Adam's Ramen is owned by two individuals. And so you've got his confidant, Ajak Hayek. And she's like, now, Shikamaru, do you sit on your parents' furniture? And Shikamaru just like, going to have that, perturbed face, like, but he's looking at her like, I guess you're right. Probably shouldn't be sitting on the counter. And so he's got to come down. And so because he's respectful like that, he's going to go ahead and come down, and she'll go prepare him some food. All right, but of course, then we can't end this without him putting his hands together in the ninja pose. So let's do that. And there he is, creating some type of jutsu, whatever it is. So his hands are together, and he is firmly persuaded in whatever he is about to do. But his hands come over nicely, and he can stand. It's just the surface he's on is kind of slippery. But there you go. There you go. Beautiful looking figure. All right, last one. I did change the face, but last one, I'm going to change the face again, and we're going to go ahead and put him in his most classic look. And here he is in his classic jutsu pose, performing his shadow technique, his shadow skill. And of course, you can put on a different surface to make it look better. As you see on this surface right here, you see the edges. And so if you want to do some type of photography, you want to go ahead and do some magic eraser. You want to go ahead and do Photoshop, whatever it is that you want to do to make it look a whole lot more dynamic. Because as you can see, you see the outlines, and you're not going to want to see the outlines, right? You're not going to want to see that. So, just use some ingenuity and have fun with that, but you see the possibilities. He looks amazing. Crouched down with his hands the way they're supposed to be. He's looking really determined as Naruto is still back there eating, while Goku is like, man, will you come on? I eat a lot too, but come on. We need to train. And Naruto's like, just one more bowl. I'm good. I'm almost done. Right? And Goku's like, yeah, I get it. This ramen is good. Nothing like Black Adam's ramen, right? It's all good. So if you want to get this figure, it is, at the time of this video, he is, okay, so instead of 60 something dollars, he is actually $75. I think that's what he was in Barnes and Nobles. And Barnes and Nobles, their price is pretty much everywhere else. So it's not like they have a markup. There's pretty much everywhere else. You go to Barnes and Noble, Hobby Genki, Plaza Japan, it's going to be something like that. Except with those places, you got to pay for shipping and so forth. But you might get some type of deal. Like my man Figures of Action has been telling us that you can get some deals if you bundle it up and get more than one. And you might be able to save on some shipping. And, you know, it's up to you. But if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can get it faster, with the shipping. And then Barnes and Nobles or any other place that sells it, there it is. Local comic shops, you know, they got there's a local comic shop that I go to, and he has some of these things, and I'm like, bro, you charging like $20 more? He's like, I gotta charge more because of how much I paid to get it. And I'm like, man, I feel you. I want to support local, but yeah. But he also agreed that was some stupid prices for some of this stuff. Like there was another Goku in there. There was like Super Saiyan 3 Goku for $85, $100 or something. Like, oh no, I ain't doing that. No. Matter of fact, he had the Ultra Instinct one in there for like a stupid price, and I got him for a low. So, but yeah, on Amazon you got Kakashi, 2 Narutos, Orochimaru. I think I saw, I went to my local toy store. I saw Hitachi, Sasuke's brother, but I can't get Itachi without Sasuke, so I got to get Sasuke. So at some point in time, I'm going to do that. But yeah, if you have a chance, go ahead and grab this stuff and redeem some type of money or something for it. All right. Well, I had fun with this, and I hope you had fun too. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. That's that Naruto ending music right there, so we got to go ahead and go. But man, look, this is a great collection right here. Great figure. Have fun collecting, folks, because collecting is fun. Later days.